by the way, we are in Darjeeling Lounge, and we will also have a meal, which you will see. We'll have something together. I am not going to work at the ITC for 2 hours doing an interview and not eating. How is that possible? Having said that, what's the status of the industry? I mean, are you getting guests, number one? Are you getting events, number two? What we see so much of economic doom and gloom. As a industry head, senior management, what is your take?
Well, these are tough times, that is one thing which cannot be denied. But so are we counting on the resilience of the domestic market. We know that international market will take time to recover. But as the travel opened up, we've had to be very candid, an unexpected bump in June. So that was a very refreshing thing to see. And so every green shoot actually gives you confidence that you're on the right track. And the more the traveler and the people who use our services get that confidence that things are fine, and the more they get used to the new normal, the better and faster the recovery would be. Okay. And that's what actually June actually demonstrated to us, that people are willing to do limited weddings, albeit even small numbers as mandated by the government. But people are moving out. People are starting to consume. The home delivery, for example, has completely taken off, right? And so is this Darjeeling Lounge we opened to a great response. We are also constrained, and it's not actually a constraint. The government also wants to see, and we also are evolving as we're going along. And the more the confidence comes that with 50% occupancy we are able to keep things safe, then obviously you will move to that 100% domain. And everybody seems to be also learning from each other. I don't expect that everybody will be like ITC can do a lot that we have done in the developing of the VSO protocol. But so is the industry learning to see, as to what is working, what is not working.
So you have already started getting guests coming in from other parts?
Yes.
You are?
Yes. And yes, of course, even the Vande Bharat, for example, it's a great initiative of the Government of India. And we are all able to now, because of the strict protocols that every hotel has worked out, there are floors which are dedicated to even the quarantine guests. That's also business, right? So that business is also being taken by hotels, and the restaurant business is limping back to normal, and so is the catering business. But what has been also a revelation is the takeaway model. The hotels have come into a takeaway space.
So I was being told by one of your colleagues that you're doing this gourmet couch.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
The gourmet couch, of course, as you probably know, ITC has got a legacy of a lot of popular F&B brands, and they are being sorely missed. So we decided to take specialty dining to your homes. We're giving specialty food handled by us and delivered to your doorstep.
So if I want Peshawari, I can have it at home?
Yes, you can. You can get Peshawari, you can get Otimo, you can get the
Pan-Asian
and everything. And it'll be delivered by us, so it won't go through the Swiggy model.
So I know. Food. Okay, so you are also that's employment. If you are putting in a supply chain, that's employment for people.
That's employment for people, and that's also reassurance for people. The more people consume a different normal, as you rightly said, the more they will get confident it works. We are seeing now the compliance to mask, for example, with the guests is very high, because they've all now got used to the reality that mask is for the betterment of everybody.
And just to clarify, the hotel is actually giving people a mask.
We saw that we were offering masks to people who you may have forgotten, or people are also traveling out now. We have sanitizers everywhere. We have VSO protocols that keeps things absolutely clean. I've even shown you the back areas, which are as important as the front areas. So for 5-star hotels, especially hotels like ours, it has been that much more easier because we were already at a certain level.
Correct.
Right? So we had to make it stricter, see whether the hospital grade standards are being met, to create an environment of assurance which the guest can understand very simply.
See, two questions before I let you go. One, it's great news that I'm hearing from you that the industry, hospitality, has been one of the worst hit. I mean, every day
Yes,
you
it has
open
been.
newspapers, you see that. But from what you are telling me, at least there is a ray of hope that things will come back.
But they have to, because in India, and Indian economy is very interlinked. I'm not even talking about five-star hotels, but once the factories start working, somebody has to feed those factories. Somebody has to make some tea for them. Somebody has to produce those biscuits for them. So that wheel will start rolling, and more people start protecting themselves, and in turn protecting others. And organizations, far and wide, they start putting protocols for the good of their own people as well as their customers, and using research and development like we have done to develop these protocols. There will be safety, and this panic may not really hold true in the long term, because people, with every day that you go out and come back safe, your confidence
You're getting
grows.
confidence. It's happened with me.
Yes, your confidence grows.
Like today, I wanted to bring family out. I did not, because I wanted, and I actually told Tejinder and our colleague Arundhati that, look, I first need to come and see for myself what it is. If I'm convinced, I'll bring family out. Because tell me, hand on heart, anyone watching this broadcast, you want to come out for a meal, they can come out to ITC.
Of course.
And
Look at what we've done. Even if you see this table, each and every pouch, these are pouches in which cutlery has been sanitized by UV and thermal sanitation, then packed untouched, and then the customer will open it. This can't get safer than this. This is beyond hospital grade. You go to a hospital when you near and dear one, food comes like that. So, and also the training, Boria, let's not forget training.
so this took quite a long time.
Yeah, we had the lockdown to prepare, so it was very difficult also, because you had to, build protocols across all the minds
How
of
is
the company.
staff coming in?
Staff right now is in the hotel, so they're quarantined for 70 days. So they are actually infection free for 70 days plus now. And but going forward, we are also looking at developing a protocol how they will go in and out. Because
You've
one
got to let them go.
Yes, eventually they're all staying in the hotel rooms, so they're not. It's not that they are not looked
taken
after.
care
So but the point is that we don't want to, do a protocol which exposes them to risks outside the hotel as well. While the hotel we are able to now control very well, but every time there is a delivery coming in, food supply is coming in, there are so many protocols that we have built, which looks at elimination. Because the more assured we are, the more assured I can.
Finally, the thing is, when you're in panic mode, you're able to do all this. It's sustainable. You can do this long
This
term.
is sustainable. So what we've done is two things. Sustainability is part of what ITC does, but we have also built it into our systems. So we've not tried to create a separate ecosystem that is just coming in for the pandemic. This has been interwoven into our system. So hence it is already sustainable. Now the boys and girls, they don't know any other way of doing it. And now the subsequent generation that comes in and joins the hotel system, they will see this is the way it is to be done anyway. Right? So the muscle memory keeps getting built, and more we audit ourselves and more we look at ourselves, we all together we move to a safer world. I see a lot of guests are also very mindful and supportive of these things. We're not, for example, parking cars right now. But there are no guests who are saying, no, I want my car to be parked or anything. They also realize it is for their own good. If they hand over a luggage and they get back a sanitized luggage, why would they object? Right? So these are things which are for their own good. And people have learned how to wait as well. So for example, I showed you in the washroom, we have blocked off alternate urinals, right? So people, when they're waiting also, they're waiting patiently at a safe distance. And all of us seems to have developed this. The moment you see a sanitizer, we all pump it. So that also is getting into the system. So I guess the more we open up, and the more we educate and support each other for keeping ourselves safe and thus you safe, I think, the recoveries will be that much faster. We
Okay.
can't afford a huge country like this in suspended animation.
No, you can't. See, you can't keep India locked down for too long.
And
That's
you were
not
saying
good.
in Australian government is allowing certain number of people in
Yeah.
a stadium, for
Yeah.
example.
From
Somebody
September
has to
onwards.
do it, no?
No, and it's being done. New Zealand has already had AFA rugby games with fans. They're back. New Zealand has eliminated the virus, as we all know. But India also, I mean, you can't keep a country like India locked down because that also has its repercussions. It's very easy to say relock, but the fact is there's mental stigma, there's child malnutrition, there's starvation, there's economic poverty. Look, please understand, a lockdown is not a solution to a pandemic. It is just a time thing for you to be prepared, like he's done, like his hotel has done, like this brand has done. Frankly, after about 2 hours today in this hotel, hand on heart, I can bring my family. I think it's safe. I think if something has to happen, it'll happen. But at least from what I've seen in this hotel, I can say 100% that I will not have hesitation in bringing my mother, my wife, my daughter. Because whatever they could have done, they've exceeded that. Frankly, this is better than homes, it's better than hospitals, it's better than nursing homes. That's how it should be. So the new normal, we've embraced it, they've embraced it. Time for a meal, he and me. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you will feel empowered to come out.